Hey, everybody. Hope everyone is having a wonderful, wonderful day. As you come on live, please drop into the comments below hi and where you are tuning in from, or hashtag live, hashtag replay if you are watching this on the replay. So I do know to go back and say hello after. And as always, please tag some people, share this video, like, love, support, whatever emoji or reaction you would like to use to let me know that you did resonate with this. But also, don't forget, if we're not connected on LinkedIn as of yet, please do head over to my profile, hit my follow button, but also ring my LinkedIn notification bell so you are notified of all the content that I do push out, which is Monday through Sunday, and 2 trainings, which are these Mondays and Thursdays between 10 and 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So again, good to see Mads coming on. Thank you so much for joining. And again, just wanted to announce that gratefully, we are over 300 registrations for our Cyber Monday free LinkedIn workshop. So it's a week from this coming Monday. So it's Monday, November 28th, Cyber Monday, from 7 to 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's completely free. Everyone gets a workbook. It's on private Zoom. It's 60 minutes of me training, 30 minutes of Q&A with me. We have over 300 people now registered. If you would like to register, just drop an I do in the comments below, and I will send you the registration link so you can get registered. And I'm going to be teaching you the optimization techniques to your profile, searching, connecting, messaging, closing sales, and also producing content on LinkedIn. And there's going to be some amazing giveaways. Awesome. So Mad says she has signed up. Susan, good to see you jumping on. So again, as you come on, say hi and where you're tuning in from, or hashtag live, hashtag replay if you are coming in on the replay. If you still have your morning coffee, I encourage and invite you to enjoy it with me. Now, something that we're going to talk about today. I did a poll yesterday asking, out of curiosity, if you could pick a word to describe your ability to close sales, what word would best describe that? And I think the examples that I gave were expert, amateur, or bad. And the majority of the votes floated between average to bad. Now, what that told me is that there's people that need help in understanding how to better use LinkedIn to close more sales for their business. Now, this is not about selling and pitching or praying and spraying. This is about real strategies and real techniques to leverage LinkedIn, to monetize it, to be able to close more sales. So if you yourself feel that you need help closing more sales on LinkedIn, just drop a me. Just type the word me in the comments below. And again, I'm going to be teaching these strategies and much more in the free workshop on Cyber Monday from 7 to 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is live and recorded. And again, if you would like to register for that, just drop a I do in the comments below. So me, if you're looking to create more sales in your business this coming year, or I do if obviously you'd also like to register for the free workshop on Cyber Monday, which is in about 10 days. So the fact of the matter is, I think we're all, in some way, shape, or form, never fully satisfied with where we are in our businesses. And we shouldn't. We should not get comfortable where we are in our businesses. We should look and strive to get better and better and better. So I've been using LinkedIn for my personal business, but also the company that my wife and I own together. And Mandy, we will definitely send you that link so you can get all registered for the event for the better part of 10 years now. And we've grown and scaled to incredible heights and have done some amazing things. And when I pull back the curtain and I really sit down and think about, okay, what has really allowed us to grow and scale the way that we have and continue to grow and scale, leveraging LinkedIn, what specific things consistently show up in our sales and leads strategy that allow us to do that? So I wrote down a bunch of different things, and I nailed down the three most important that, in my humbled and honest opinion, if you were to adopt what I'm going to teach you today and really make it a goal of yours in 2023, you will see an increase in the sales in your business this coming year. So if you would like that, just drop an I would in comments below, because again, you're on here live, you're wanting to learn it. Part of you is acknowledging that, yes, I need some help. I need to really leverage this platform a different way, a better way, a more consistent way. Now, the first thing that needs to be done, and this is the number one way to create more consistent sales in your business, is vet out and connect with your niche market. Vet out and connect with your niche market, or in other words, your ideal client. That before you do anything, before you start connecting, before you start messaging, before you start doing anything, you first have to vet out and connect with your niche market or your ideal client. Now, if you know who your ideal client is from a profession or industry standpoint, type that ideal client or niche market or profession in the chat below. So, who is your ideal client from a profession or industry standpoint? In the chat, just type that professional title or that industry. Because again, this is the first step to really understanding, okay, now that I know who my ideal client is, now that I know what professional title I need to be connecting with, now you can build that network around that. So if you know from a profession or industry or job title standpoint who your ideal client is, drop them in the chat below. Type in my ideal client is, and whoever that is, because this is the first step to getting clear. So my buddy Chris wrote fitness and wellness professionals. Awesome. So again, Susan wrote individuals working in the recovery field. Amazing. So that is clear. So you can see by what Chris wrote, he wrote fitness and wellness. You saw by what Susan wrote, individuals working in the recovery field. So again, that is such clear and defined niches. So when you're going on LinkedIn and you're now searching, you can directly connect with those people in the health and wellness industry, the people that are in the recovery fields. So the first thing that you need to do, first and foremost, before anything else, is you have to vet out and connect with your niche market. Reason being, nothing that you do on LinkedIn will work if you don't have the right people in your network. One of the main reasons why someone struggles in business and struggles getting people on the phone and struggles closing sales is because A, they're connecting with the wrong people, and B, If you're connecting with the wrong people and they're still willing to get on the phone with you, they're not going to be interested in what you have because it doesn't fill a need or a void that they have because they're not your ideal client. If you spent more time vetting out and connecting with your ideal client, you would have a much greater opportunity to closing more people and closing more sales because the people that you're then speaking to actually need what it is that you're offering. So if that makes sense, drop a Y or a yes in the comments below. Again, if you've come on late, please do say hi and where you're tuning in from, or hashtag live, hashtag replay if you are watching this on the replay. And don't forget to tag some people, like this video, whatever reaction you would like to use, like, love, support, insightful. But if we're not yet connected on LinkedIn, I invite you to go to my profile after we're done. Follow me and also turn on my LinkedIn notification bell so you are notified of all the new content that I put out every day of the week. So, Susan says yes. Awesome. Chris says yes. Wonderful. So, just making sure that everybody is clear. And I know there's other people on here, and it's okay. Just say yes in your mind or say yes out loud, even if I can't see you typing it in there. So that's number one. Now, the second thing. So now that you have vetted out your ideal client, you're connecting with the right people, they're accepting your connection request. You need to message people in a way where they would actually respond back to you. How many people are sending messages and what you hear back is complete crickets? And Elizabeth says yes. You're hearing crickets because there's two reasons. Number one, no one's responding back because number one, as I stated in tip number one, they might be the wrong connection. They're not your ideal client or target market. And number two, the message that you're sending is not good. So I have a simple analogy. If your message doesn't pass the smell test, don't send it. Meaning, if after reading that message out loud to yourself before you send it to someone and it stinks, don't send it. Don't send it. The other thing is if you yourself, and this is probably the biggest thing outside of the smell test, the message that you've crafted and created and are about to send, if you yourself wouldn't even respond back to it, why would you send it to someone else? If you yourself wouldn't even respond to that message, you shouldn't be sending it to someone else. It's that simple. Now, many of you have been on my trainings before where I've gone over something called the magic formula, which is a 3-step process to messaging people properly. And again, here it is. So if I was reaching out to my target market, I'm going to use Chris as an example. So, Chris is in the health and wellness industry. I'm in the health and wellness industry. He's an ideal client for me. I would simply reach out, hey, Chris, great to be connected to you. So I've stated his name in a very relaxed fashion. It's not, dear Chris, comma space, indent, next paragraph. It's nothing. It's not too stuffy. It's welcoming. It's inviting. The second thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bridge that gap between myself and Chris. I noticed that you are in the health and wellness industry, as am I. Would love to hear how things are going with you, share more about what's going on with me, and how we can support one another here on LinkedIn. So I call this bridging the gap or lowering the drawbridge. And what that means is you're stating a relatable connection point between yourself and your ideal target market. And the idea of this is to lower the wall of resistance and raise the level of connection. So what you're looking to do is you're looking to bridge that gap. You're looking to connect yourself to the other person by stating a relatable connection point. So when Chris is reading that message, he's going to be like, okay, that makes sense. I'm in the health and wellness industry. He's in the health and wellness industry. That's why he's reaching out to me. I'm not looking to sell and pitch, but also I've used the second most important word in the English language, and that word is support. So there have been studies done that prove when someone reads the word support and says it in their head, it actually triggers their brain to release a chemical called oxytocin. This is our feel-good brain chemical. So now that person feels good. When you are connecting the right way. So it's lowering the wall of resistance, right? So that oxytocin is being released where they're feeling more connected to you. So if that makes sense, drop a Y or a yes in the comments below. So again, just remember, state the person's in a relaxed fashion. Hey, Chris, great to be connected to you. The second thing, use the word support anchored to the connection point between you and the other person. In the example I gave, Chris and I, the relatable connection point is health and wellness. So if that makes sense, just drop a Y or a yes in the comments below. If you've come on late, please, it's not too late. I didn't mean for that to rhyme. Say hi and where you're tuning in from, or hashtag live, hashtag replay if you are watching this on the replay. And don't forget to like, love, support, whatever emoji you would like to use. And if you are interested in registering for our free 90-minute Cyber Monday LinkedIn workshop on Monday, November 28th from 7 to 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, live and recorded, just drop an I do in the comments below. Susan says yes. Christopher says yes. And Elizabeth says yes. Wonderful. So in review, number one, vet out and connect with your ideal niche market, your ideal client. Do not connect with people that you cannot have the relatable connection point to. And number two, message people in a way where they would actually respond back to you the way that I just described. Now, the third and final thing that you're going to do with the message is you're going to finish with a call to action. And Vicky, I will get you that, not a problem. So again, hey, Chris, great to be connected to you. I noticed that we both had a similar background in the health and wellness industry. Would love to hear how things are going with you, share more about what's going on with me, and how we can support one another here on LinkedIn. Do you have any time this week or next week for a call or a Zoom? Call to action. Questions lead to answers. Statements lead to nowhere. You have to ASK to GET. You have to ask in order to get. So if you want a phone call, if you want a conversation, you have to ask the person for that conversation. Now, the third and final thing that you need to do. When people respond to your message and they agree to a phone call or a Zoom, do not seek to close people on the first call. The mistake that most people in business do is as soon as someone is interested in talking with them, you go right into sales mode. Pitch, sell, pitch, sell, pitch, sell. What you have to understand is we have two ears and one mouth for a reason. You have to ask and listen more and talk less. So one of the easiest ways to close more sales is to actually just ask a bunch of questions to the person that you're talking to about them from a personal standpoint, from a professional standpoint. What are their pain points? What are they struggling with? What would they like to improve? Where do they see their business going in the future? And what you're doing is you're collecting a bunch of data that is qualifying that person for what you have to offer. Maybe they don't qualify for what you have to offer. Maybe after talking to them and then telling you where they are, maybe they're not a good fit for you as a client. Maybe they're the solutions that you have don't fit their needs, or maybe the needs that they have, your solutions don't fit them. And at that point, you would just look to build rapport with the person. You would simply ask, well, I love what you're doing. What I offer is not the best fit for you, but how can we support one another here on LinkedIn? Could I do an introduction? Who are you looking, to connect with? And Chris wrote, asking questions helps us find out a person's why. 100%. That's what it's about. It's understanding what is the person struggling with. Ask more questions to get more answers. So you close more sales by asking people. Build the know, like, and trust. No one buys anything from anyone that they don't know, like, or trust. And one of the best ways to do that is just by simply asking them questions. Now, at the end of it, if, after you ask them all those questions and the person is an absolute prime fit for what you're doing and how you serve people, you then share a little bit about you and what you do and how you serve people, the services, the offerings. And again, you're not pitching it to them. You're just letting that person know, here's how I help people. Here's the people that I serve. And if you've listened carefully enough, you're going to make sure that most of the things that you're sharing is directed towards that person inadvertently and filling all the holes and gaps that they told you they're having in their business. So when you get to the end of the conversation, you finish with a question. Chris, with everything that we spoke about today, could I be of any personal assistance or help to you in your business? Or at a bare minimum, how do you feel we can support one another here on LinkedIn? So I'm not seeking to close the person. I'm just seeking to get some answers, because at the end of the conversation, they may say, what you talked about is unbelievably so clear and how it could help me. Tell me how you work with clients. Or they may say, you know what, Scott, I love what you're doing. I know this could be a help to me in the future, but I'm just not at that place right now. But I would love to dive in more to how we can support one another. Maybe do a podcast recording, or maybe we can do a LinkedIn Live together. Build relationships. The more relationships that you build with people on LinkedIn, the greater of a business that you're going to have. It's really that simple. So if that all makes sense, drop a Y or a yes in the comments below. Again, vet out and connect with your ideal niche market. Message people in a way where they would actually respond back to you. And don't seek to close people on that first call. Seek to build the trust and rapport first. So again, if you would like to register for our free 90-minute Cyber Monday LinkedIn workshop, it's November 28th from 7 to 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, live and recorded. The replay will be available until Sunday, December 4th. Just drop an I do in the comments below, and I will send you that registration link. We have over 300 people now registered, which is unbelievable. I have a feeling we're going to end up getting probably close to 450 people, maybe 500 for this workshop, which is going to be awesome. The energy is going to be off the chain, and I can't wait for you to experience that with all of us. And also, I would love to hear from you of all the things that I covered today in today's training. Drop into the comments below, what was your big takeaway, or what was your big aha moment? And just type, my big takeaway was, or my big aha moment was. I would love to hear from you. I love getting that feedback so I can continue to provide the best value, the best training, and the best information for you and your business here on LinkedIn. So everyone, please enjoy the rest of this amazing day, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye, everyone.